Hey guys, welcome to our season finale of Bowman Gray Stadium video of the week. There's probably nobody that's more glad that it's over with than me, except maybe my dad. We're racers, and that's all we really want to do is go racing and excuse me, and win races. And we had a pretty good time doing it this year at the stadium. It just it's a shame that the drama and the people trying to be somebody so bad at Bowman Gray gets in the way of everything. There's a lot more ways to get attention at Bowman Gray than wrecking somebody. And if everybody knew that and everybody raced like that, it sure would make it a lot more fun on the rest of us. It seems like this year that me and Bert both are a victim of somebody trying to get attention and using us to do it. So, I mean, if you want to get a race car and you want to come to Bowman Gray and get attention and you're not winning races, just run over the 1 or the 4 car and people will talk about you all week. Like, we have learned that, and that is definitely a fact at Bowman Gray. So, I guess you just want to tell some people, it's okay to go home that night and not have everybody talk about you. Racing's about racing. It's not about who talks about you during the week or what you did. It's about getting your picture made in victory lane. That it is to us. So, like I said, if everybody had the same mentality as us, it sure would be a lot more fun. But, it's just it's a shame that it has to come to what it's come to over there. I got spun out for 3rd place in the season finale, and yeah, I probably wasn't going to win the championship anyway. But it just puts a real bad taste in your mouth when the guy you're racing for points with, his car with somebody else driving it that hadn't really run much in a couple years because they don't have a ride, comes over there and knocks you out of the, whether you're slower or faster or whatever. Our car was a little bit off, and yeah, we might have been holding them up a little bit, but there's still that respect factor that's in there somewhere. And I guess when you're not taught respect growing up, nobody ever respects you, you don't have any respect for anybody else. So I guess that makes a little bit of a difference. But, it's a shame that, well, let me start off, I'm not one to talk about drivers and single people out, because if you weren't there, you've seen the videos, you know what happened. But Danny Bone called me the night before the race, and me and Danny always get along. We race together pretty much everywhere we go. And Danny said that, he just hoped we could race it out without any outside interference. Danny was worried about some other cars interfering that weren't in the points or really had nothing to do with it. And just let him and Lee race it out and see, we didn't want anybody else determine who the champion was going to be. And it's just funny how it worked out that the car that spun me out, knocked me out of at least 2nd in the points, came out of Danny's shop and had his name on the roof. So it just kind of shows me it's actually just a reminder of how many friends you have at the racetrack, and the only ones you have are the ones that go with you to the track. It's a shame that it has to be that way. Yeah, we were probably beat. We were outran. We didn't have that good of a race car, but it just puts a bad taste in your mouth to get spun out with 8 laps to go. By just for for no reason, pretty much. But that's Bowman Gray, I guess. I mean, I guess that's what you could chalk it up to. I mean, you want to sit here and tell the camera how big a piece of shit you think everybody is, but I think most of the people that go over there know who is and who's not. But there's just, I've heard so many, well, Danny told him not to. Danny didn't want him to spin you out. And, I told my crew guys after the race the other night, a perfect example would be if I brought some big, tough, ultimate fighting champion to the racetrack with me and said, hey, if anybody messes with me, I want you to go beat him up after the race. And then he took it upon himself to go beat up somebody anyway. And then I said, well, I told him not to. It's not my fault he beat you up. I told him not to. So, and then pat him on the back and tell him what a good job he did afterwards. It's just, I don't even know what to do. It's just, that's just part of it, I guess. You know, Bowman Gray lets it go on. The fans love it. But you know, I can't I can't thank my sponsors enough for standing behind me either way. Adams Towing, they've helped us out a ton this year. Corks, Caps, and Taps. I know we go over these just about every week in the video, and I know people get tired of probably hearing about sponsors, but we never get tired of saying them because we love them all to death. Southern Vapes, Wendell Edwards, John Fitzgerald, attorney at law, Mark Moorfield, Brown and Miller Racing Solutions, Racing Electronics, Pro Systems. You know, it takes every one of these people to get this race car to the racetrack every week. I know I thank my crew, but I gotta thank, I'm gonna call them out by name this week because I usually don't have time to do that, but I want to thank Mike, Brant, Jason, Marty, Brandon, Zach, my dad, ultimately, I know I said his name too, but my mom and dad both are a big part of this race team, my wife, both my kids. You know, it's funny, my little girls go to the racetrack and they love racing, and they're so young now that they pretty much love everybody, but I know of 3 drivers so far this year that their t-shirts that they've given my daughters are ended up in the trash can. So, you know, we thought about goodwilling them, but I don't want anybody else to have them. You know, I'd just soon be in the trash can. So, but I'm not going to call out any names on theirs. I think everybody probably knows. If you gave my little girl a t-shirt and it doesn't have my name on it, it's probably in the trash can right now. But, you know, we're going to keep our heads up because it's going to take a whole lot more than getting spun out by somebody on the last lap or 8 laps to go, the last race of the year, to hold us back. You know, we hadn't won a championship yet. You know, we're not going to stop now. We've been second the last 2 years and then third this year. We got, you know, a lot of people don't understand too. A lot of the real race fans do, but a lot of the Bowman Gray crowd doesn't understand that. Everybody says, well, what are you going to do now, the off season? Our season's pretty much about a little over halfway over right now. We still got 6 or 8 tour races. We got some races on the Coma Unwind Modified Series that we're running. So and we're busy pretty much all the way through November. I think we may have 1 week off between now and November where we don't have a race. Like I said, it's going to take more than a little bump in the road like that to keep us from racing. So we got a brand new LFR chassis we're putting together. We should have it done in a few weeks. We got a brand new motor coming. Hopefully we'll get it in the LFR chassis all at the same time, and we'll show up on the wheeling tour ready to win some races. So until then, we'll do like my old buddy Joe Dirt said, we'll just keep on keeping on and keep our head up and try to win some more races. We won 4 races this year, so that's pretty good in my book. You know, we'd like to win 6 or 8, maybe even 10, but there's a lot of guys out there that hadn't won any races this year. And some guys that may just win 1 every now and then, but we'll see. Like, I want to thank everybody for watching our videos. I want to thank Bobby Gray for doing a great job on the videos. So we'll just see how next year at Bowman Gray goes. Hopefully it'll be a little bit better. I don't know, it may not. They may see a side of Jason Myers they've never seen before. So maybe I'll start putting some people's names in the paper because of what I did to them instead of what they did to me. But, you know, we'll just see how it goes. So stick with us, keep your 4 fingers up, and thanks a lot for watching.